Sup, everybody? What's going on? I hope all of y'all are doing undeniably fan-frickin-tastic out there. I know why I am because my name is James SelfStandard, your APW Carolinas champion, and I welcome you to another episode of Ring Ramblings. And tonight is Impact Wrestling's Victory Road 2021 event. And for today's episode of Ring Ramblings, I'm going to be rambling about some of the matches happening tonight, okay? So, yeah. What would I like to see happen? Stay tuned and find out. That's the whole premise of these Ring Ramblings. For us to ramble about stuff that happens in the ring. Alright, so let's get into it, shall we? Without any further ado, there's already two particular names on tonight's card that is going to be very interesting. But we'll cross those bridges when we get to them. Alright, so first, Matt Cardona takes on Rohit Raju. Man, and this is a no disqualification match too, so that's a plus. You know that maybe, just maybe, Mahabali Shir is going to be interfering in this match. Maybe. But if that's the case, then you know Chelsea Green may try to interfere as well. So just keep an eye peeled for those two. But yeah, right now, this situation with Matt Cardona and Rohit Raju, it's gotten personal thanks to Rohit's comments about Matt's wife. So due to a karma standpoint alone, Matt Cardona, please win this match. Please win this match. Alright, next up we have a 6-way scramble match. Jake Something versus Black Taurus versus Laredo Kid versus Suicide versus Trey Miguel versus John Skyler. Homeboy, the Southern Savior, John Skyler. You know I gotta give John Skyler the APW treatment that I've been giving Cedric Alexander. Okay, so with that being said, John Skyler, good luck tonight, homeboy. Good luck. And Skyler, he's been, he was there backstage the night I had my first tag team match. I have not uploaded that footage here to SSP yet. I was asked not to, but that's besides the point. But anyway, he was backstage and he gave me advice about my first tag team match, which I still appreciate to this day. But and Skyler, he was right before I became a wrestler myself, when I was still young and dumb in the business. I interviewed him for an episode of Q and APW, so he was a former guest here on SSP before. Thank you for that, John. But yeah, so John Skyler, I'm hoping that he's going to win this match tonight. I am. Alright, next up, we have a triple threat match. TJP versus Petey Williams versus Steve Macklin. Now, I know that the picture I'm using of Steve Macklin here for this video is an old photo from his days of Steve Cutler with the Forgotten Sons. I apologize for that. I have not had the time to get another picture of Steve Macklin. But anyway, Steve Macklin, he's on he's kind of on a vicious winning streak right now. And right now, walking into this match, TJ and P, they're worrying about each other at the moment. Yeah, those two are on the precipice of having a rivalry with each other. And Steve Macklin, he's just there as the middleman. But yeah, I imagine Steve Macklin walking into this match and being highly victorious over both of them. So, Steve Macklin's going to win this one in dominant fashion. Alright, next up, W. Morrissey and Moose team up to take on the team of Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan. I never would have thought I would see the day where Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan find a truce to team up with each other. But it's happening, and with that being said, I really would like to see Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan win this match. But not specifically just for their sake alone, but eventually I gotta see Moose lock it up with W. Morrissey. Hopefully a failure gets those two to start fighting each other. Alright, next up, Bullet Club's Chris Bay and Hikuleo take on the team of David Finley and Juice Robinson, aka Finn Juice. Now, I have not seen, I have not had the chance to actually sit down and watch a good episode of New Japan Pro Wrestling since this year's Wrestle Kingdom. And that was about it. So as far as like what's going on in New Japan right now, I am clueless. I'm clueless. So, Chris Bay and Hikuleo. Chris Bay and, I gotta go with Chris Bay and Hikuleo on this one. Yeah, Chris Bay, he's the newest member of Bullet Club, and Hikuleo, like, he just got there to Impact, so, yeah, Bullet Club has way too much going for them right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Chris Bay and Hikuleo for this one. Alright, next up, the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships are on the line. This one is going to be very interesting. Alright. This is SSB history in the making right here. The team of Rosemary and Havoc defend their championships against the team of Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. This is going to feel weird to ramble about. Indeed, this is going to be feeling weird to ramble about. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, before we get any further, I know I do not have an updated picture of Rosemary and Havoc holding the belts. I apologize for that. But, yeah, this one feels very, very odd. This one feels very odd, and the reason I say that is because for the first time on one of these ring ramblings, I'm actually rambling about somebody that I actually had the opportunity to share the ring with. And that's Savannah Evans, the cannibal Savannah Evans. Now yes, I'll admit, I am kind of disappointed that Fire and Flavor broke up. I got to confess that, okay? I'm also a big fan of Rosemary. Rosemary has been my favorite Impact lady for years, okay? But, you know I gotta give this to the homegirl Savannah Evans. I got to. Like, here's a throwback picture to that time I was dressed as Freakazoid with Savannah Evans. And look, right now, when I faced Savannah Evans, okay, it was actually me accepting her open challenge to face off against her for this very title. Okay, and as a matter of fact, if you go to Google right now, if you go to Google Savannah Evans right now, what is that one picture that you see right there on the front page? What do you see? You see that picture. Boom! So, I gotta give it to my fellow APW Carolina champion. So, Savannah, Tasha, I know both of y'all stole those belts, but now both of you can win it fairly. Please. You got this, Savannah. Good luck. Alright. So, moving on to the Impact World Tag Team Championships. The Good Brothers of Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson defends against Willie Mack and Rich Swann. You know, if the Young Bucks lost their belts recently, I don't see why the Good Brothers should keep holding on to theirs, but that's just me. So, right now Impact is having a bad situation about having to keep their championships on their own show on a regular basis. So, I gotta give this one to Willie Mack and Rich Swann. Yeah, Good Brothers. If you're gonna be Impact, stay Impact. If you're gonna be on AEW, stay on AEW. Make your mind, Good Brothers. Gosh! So, yeah, I'm gonna give this one to Willie Mack and Rich Swann. Alright, next up, the Impact X Division Championship is on the line as Josh Alexander defends against Chris Sabin. Josh Alexander, I'm liking him way too much as champion. I am. I don't want to see this reign end anytime soon. Not yet. So Josh Alexander, good luck. Keep holding that belt, homeboy. Alright, lastly, the Impact World Championship is on the line as Christian Cage defends against Ace Austin. Now, I know Christian Cage signed an AEW contract, but for Ace Austin, I'll make an exception because Ace Austin, he's like one of those heels that like gets under my skin so much. So that means he's doing his job correctly. So with that being said, Christian Cage, please win this match. Please win this match. As one of your peeps, please win this match. So, yeah folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ring Ramblings. I hope all of you will enjoy the show happening tonight. And yeah, until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah, I'm out.